Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon and happy Monday. Here we are, third week of the month of October. And here we are again saying hello to all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to pretty much let people, hang on a second. There is something going on over here. So here we are, another Monday, another lunch with Faride, right? I don't know why my branding is so. Here we are. Hold on a second, guys. Let's get this going the right way. Woo! Way to start a Monday with all these obstacles, but we're going to break those barriers in a moment. So hopefully a lot of you are starting to tune in. We have a great show prepared for you. We're waiting for our guest so he can come in and have an opportunity to meet every single one of you guys. I'm so excited to have community leaders share the space and this, brief talk with you guys. If you have anybody that is, let me see. If you have anybody that you want to inject some hope and some inspiration in regards to building a legacy, being a community leader, how you go from practically just a dream to fulfilling that dream, then stay with us, okay? We're about to get started, so let's go.
Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way. I'm all the way.
All right. I hope that music got you all pumped up and started. So first of all, we're going to go with some homework, right? So some homework is if you are tuning in through Facebook, make sure that you go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Share every single one of our episodes that you feel that are of value to people. Hey, you may change somebody's life by just the message that they'll be able to hear. So, and also you participate in all of our sponsors giveaways. So make sure that you subscribe to that channel because eventually you're going to start getting gifts from our own sponsors just for being one of the guests of our show. So don't forget, subscribe. YouTube channel, just look for Faride Cisniega. You're going to find the little eagle and that eagle right there. You see it? You see it? Right there. Oops. I'm going to go. There you go. That one. Okay. That's the one you should be looking for. If you follow us on YouTube, make sure that you follow us on Facebook at faride.cisniega.5. And if you're on Instagram, make sure you click that follow button on Instagram at Cisniega Faride. And share. Every time you share, you're accumulating opportunities to receive things from our sponsors. So make sure that you're doing that, and especially if you find this information valuable. So today we're going to be talking about legacy, how to start dreaming, how to start structuring a legacy. So therefore you can put A, B, and C together to get through your end goal. It is a very extended subject, of course, but none other than somebody's telling me that I'm like, way short. That's okay. We're gonna do it this way, and that's how we're gonna do it. This is a Monday, and we fight through our obstacles. So hopefully everybody's having a way better Monday than I have been. But we're blessed to be here. And today we have a gentleman that I met recently. So I want to tell you about him while we give him an opportunity. He actually came in backstage. But we were having problems with his audio. So he's running to another location just to be with you today to make sure that his audio is going to work for you guys. So hopefully he makes it on time during this broadcast. And if not, we'll bring him back another time. But if he's here, then, we'll put him on. So what is our topic today? Obviously, our topic today is your legacy. So make sure that if you're listening to us, you put a comment. If you're listening to us through YouTube or through Facebook, make sure you say hello and tell us where you are tuning in from. We'd like to know that. So number one, legacy. How do you build a legacy? Well, there's different ways to build a legacy. It all starts, of course, with either a dream, a vision, or a passion, right? So if you want to write that down, go ahead, write it down. So whether you have a dream, a vision, or a passion, that's where it all starts. Then, of course, it has to be followed by a lot of work, right? And that's kind of where a lot of people fall short because they're not willing to put in all the work that is necessary. But if we think about it, when we were little and you were at a very young age, I'm sure you wanted to be something. You wanted to be somebody in life. I practically can tell you that 99% of the children I talk to can, in a matter of 0.02 seconds, tell me what they want to be when they grow up. Well, ask yourself that question, right? It doesn't matter if you're 60, 70, 80, you could still have a dream. So if you want to be somebody, if you want to be of value, if you want to be a community leader, if you want to be, the best sweeper in your organization, the best cook in your restaurant, the best, whatever it is, the best CEO or the president of the United States, it all starts with a dream. You put that dream down and then you find out what is going to be necessary to fulfill that dream. What are those steps? If you don't know all of it, it's okay. You can actually get people to help you develop that roadmap. So you have to plan out a roadmap on what it is that it will take for you to fulfill that dream, right? Then you have to have a vision of it. So the moment that you have that dream all pretty much, jogged down and pinned down and whatever it is, then you go with the vision part. So you have to vision yourself already being that person. You have to vision yourself already being that best cook or that best CEO or the president of the United States. And you have to say, okay, so now I'm that president. Now I'm that main cook. Now I'm this, now I'm that, whatever your dream is. And then you're going to say, okay, so what are my responsibilities? How would this leader how would I want this leader to be? Or how would I want this fulfilled and successful person to be? And then you reverse engineer, right? That, and then you push forward on the roadmap of what it takes to get there. And so that comes with a lot of hard work. And there'll be a lot of obstacles in between. And that's okay too. Obstacles are supposed to come to build you, to allow you to grow, to extend your imagination, to extend the ability to think, critical think, and solution solve, right? Find a solution for that problem. If your life was peachy and you never, ever, ever had to encounter roadblocks, guess what happens, guys? I hope that you're answering. You never learn. You never grow. You never grow into that vision that you have for yourself. So this is where a lot of people fail. They love dreaming. We always talk about who's the dreamers here, right? And don't we even have family members? I mean, I'm sure that you have family members that are always dreaming. I've been called that many times by my own family. Well, familia, I have to tell you, I am a dreamer for sure, but I'm also a workhorse. So I will work my butt off so I can make my dream become a vision, become a reality. Okay. So when you're thinking of that, it doesn't matter. Same goes with not only a passion that you have. So now let's talk about your passion. Well, hello, Nick. Where are you tuning in from, Nick? Type it on the comments where you tuning in from. This is Nick. He's an old friend of mine, right? We met many years ago in one of the offices in Chino Hills, California that I worked. He was actually my office partner. We shared an office. So I had to put up with him and he had to put up with me. So imagine that. But we have great memories, and I know that he moved out of the country, and I miss him dearly. So hopefully you come soon. There you go. He's in Dubai, so all the way to Dubai. Thank you for listening in, Nick. But yeah, so going back to that, and Nick and I even talked about it for a very long time. You know, our legacies. We planned out dreams and dreams and goals that we had, right? Together as office partners, together as sharing in the same industry that we were in, but also personal ones, right? He shared some personal goals, I shared some personal goals. And here, fast forward at 11 years later, you know, I'm sure he's fulfilling his goals. I'm sure I am, because one common denominator, which is the work ethic, right? We put in the work ethic. We don't forget our dreams and our goals. And we don't forget that roadmap still needs to be worked on. So, you know, those are great things that we can put on paper, and we can start our week off. You know, I'll give you some tips. Every week, every Sunday per se, that you have the ability to write things down. Hello from Santa Barbara, Ray Zaragoza. Hi, Ray. Thank you for tuning in today, Ray. I hope that you find some value. But yes, so when you end your week, it's time for reflection. So Sunday is reflection day, right? Whether you take 20 minutes in the morning to reflect, whether you take 20 minutes at the end of the night to reflect. It's always good to reflect. What did you do in that week? What happened in that week in your life? Was it a bust? Did you waste it? Or did you have some type of outcome, result, or advancement towards whatever it is that your goal is? Now, your goal doesn't necessarily need to be work. Your goal could be growing your family bond or your family value. Your goal could be being closer to God, you know, having more faith. Your goal could be, I don't know, if you want a girlfriend and you've been chasing her, right? If you want a boyfriend and you like really want to be a better person, so that person is worthy of you, and vice versa. So whatever your goal is, if you want to buy a house, if you want to start a savings account, you know, anything. What did you do this week to get you closer to that dream or desire? Now, if it's on a need basis, then obviously, then there's priorities, right, to your dreams and goals. But let's stick with long-term legacy goals. So what is one of your legacy? Can you guys write that on the chat? I would love to know what one of your legacy or what somebody's legacy is. I'll share mine. My legacy, of course, is I want to make sure that when I die, I have left enough value throughout the world with my name plastered on it, or my last name plastered on it. The people remember that I came to this world to be of value and to help change our bad world, right? Our negative world. So whether it is, I want to be able to raise $1 billion for charity every year. That's my end goal. Why? Because in between getting to that possibility, I know that I've created a legacy. You know, dear to my heart is a fundraiser that I do. And 2021 will be the first recipient of that fundraiser of a battered woman. So this is a women empowerment group where we will be giving scholarships for business scholarships. So we will be paying a startup business for a woman that comes from battered situations, domestic violence, traumatic experiences, lives in poverty, has never had any type of ability to even think about ever owning their own business. So when we're getting ready to deliver that, we're going to empower that woman, not just with the money of this scholarship or this grant, but we want to empower this woman with the tools. We want to set them up. We want to teach them what it is. We want to get all their licenses. We want to train them. We want to educate them. And we want to gear them for success. So they're never, ever, ever forced to stay in a bad relationship because they're afraid to support themselves or they're afraid to just make it in the world. So that would be my legacy. One day we'll have many businesses all over the world that are open through the Cisniega legacy of women empowerment. So I wanted to share that. I wanted to record that so it can stay in the history. YouTube will make sure that that keeps me accountable for this legacy. But 2021 will be our first recipient that we give this to. So make sure, if you're a woman, if you know a woman that is in that situation, make sure you share this with them, whether it is right now live or whether it is later through our YouTube channel or our Facebook. Share this with them and let them know that they can sign up to my Women Empowerment group on Facebook and be a part of it, whether you want to be a part of it to help or whether you want to be a part of it to empower or you want to be a part of it to be the receiver. Right? Make sure that you do that. We're working really hard to make this happen, and I cannot wait to have our first event with our first recipient. Jezebel, our friend Jezebel, she says, I want my legacy to be remembered as a person of service to others. Well, Jezebel, my dear Jezebel, I want to tell you, you form part of my vision, of my mission and my vision that I have put together for this particular organization. You are actually a key component of that because you have so much knowledge to help us in. So please, sign up to the Women Empowerment. I guarantee you guys are going to get so much value of just being a part and involved with this nonprofit. And again, if you're a person that has wealth, that has something to give, and you want to be part of this with me, this journey, please contact me, faridecisniega@gmail.com. It's very easy. Just take my name and at Gmail. And, be part of this. Be part of this movement with us. We really need to be part of a change. We really do. While our government continues to fight one another, while organizations that are just going on for profit because they want to get that, we need to unite as humans and start creating legacies for ourselves. So I love your legacy, amiga. And of course, I'm part of your assistance group. Okay. So anytime that you need me. And yes, it sounds so exciting. Actually, that's what keeps me motivating every day. As all of you guys know, my mom came to this country, unfortunately, escaping domestic violence. And she taught me that. She taught me that it doesn't matter what you go through. It doesn't matter what life throws at you. You make, they throw lemons, you make lemonade. They throw apples at you. Hey, you go turn around and make an apple pie and have everybody enjoy it. So it's very, very exciting for me to be the pioneer and a person that can utilize my voice and my gift to bring people together to do this type of legacies. But that is my legacy. You guys see #Cisniega legacy, right? And obviously I want to teach my children how to think that way. Like for Christmas, let's talk about that for a minute. A lot of people do not celebrate Christmas for religious reasons or belief reasons. A lot of people celebrate Christmas And they can't even celebrate Christmas. Like, you know, they're not in a position to celebrate Christmas because they don't celebrate it in a way that it's just for family bonding or for family get-togethers and growth. They celebrate it for all the wrong reasons, right? And again, this is just my humble opinion. You don't have to agree with me. But for me, Christmas is about family. It's about getting together, cooking together, having laughter, talking about the whole year, what it did for us, and how we're going to plan ahead the next year as a family together. Instead of trying to take it as, I'm going to go buy the biggest gift, the most expensive gift for everybody in the family, and now I'm broke for the next year, right? So that's a no-no. All of you guys that are my clients, you know, I go spanking, spanking, spanking if you think like that, because it's a shift of mentality. So let's see, who is this? Oh, thank you, Sarm Gomez. Thank you so much. This is such a beautiful message. And this keeps me, okay? You guys give me energy to keep going. So thank you so much. He says, I want to take the opportunity to congratulate you for doing great things on the Hispanic community, especially on women's life out there. Un beso. Thank you so much for that message. It drives me. It fuels me. You know, when my tank is going down and you guys send me those type of messages, I know and I listen that somebody's listening out there and that I am doing what my calling is. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. My guest isn't here yet, and we have about 10 minutes left on our broadcast. So we're just gonna take it all the way through. But tell me, anybody who's listening there, Ray Zaragoza, Sarmaja Gomez, you know, tell me what your legacy is. Do you have a legacy that you want to leave behind? And number two, the ones that told me your legacy, do you already have a roadmap for that? Right? Those are the two questions. So again, we'll go back. It starts with a dream. Set your dream down, guys. Write it down on a piece of paper. Take 20 minutes at the end of every week to write down how close you are to that dream. And then take part of that 20 minutes to write what the next week is going to bring you. What is your game plan to get one little step closer to that dream and that vision and that goal? Okay. If every week, see, a lot of people make the mistake of overwhelming themselves and thinking, oh my God, I already have to have a nonprofit organization. And then they're like, they get so jumbled up in their head that they can't think straight. They can't trace a roadmap and they can't execute the steps on that roadmap. And it's wrong. Yes, you do the big vision, right? You do that big vision that allows you to have that big goal in mind, that big picture that we all talk about. But then you trace it back, you reverse engineer it, and then you forward engineer your steps to reach that goal. So don't overwhelm yourself. It's one step at a time, and it's all it takes. So hopefully, right. So here, so there, it's a perfect example, Jezebel, right? Perfect example. You have a plan, but you haven't taken action on it. Common denominator, right? If everybody will put action into it, then guess what? Everybody will fulfill their legacies. But it takes a certain action. It takes a certain decision to say, hey, I'm ready to go. So anyways, I do have my guest online. He is backstage now waiting for me to introduce you. So we don't have a lot of time, but I will introduce you and then we'll bring him back to another show to make sure that you guys meet him. But at least I want to make sure that you guys meet him. So here is my guest, Mr. Andre. Hopefully you
Hi,
can
how are you
hear
doing?
us.
How are you doing?
Great. We were waiting for you. So we've been having this amazing conversation about legacy building. Andre, when I met you, and I'll give you an opportunity to introduce yourself to our audience. But when I met you, the reason why you caught my attention immediately was because you spoke about a legacy. So tell us who Andre is, please, and introduce yourself to our audience.
Yep. I I'm originally from California. I was born in Los Angeles and I lived in Diamond Bar and then relocated to Las Vegas in 93. I'm 42 years old. Since age 15, I've been a business owner and also invested in businesses and different things like stocks and real estate. Recently, the journey I've been on the last 3 years is I launched the Armed Forces Chamber of Commerce. And it's basically a chamber of commerce that was formed to meet the specific needs of armed forces members, spouses, and first responders. One of the reasons I did that, coinciding with what you're talking about today, is legacy. I come from an entertainment background. I did concerts and tours nationally. I've owned nightclubs and record companies. But a couple of years ago, I said my kids have stuff. I have life insurance. I have some assets. I have a little bit of money. Kids have a great lifestyle. But I realized there was no legacy for them. I looked at the Hilton brand and I thought about Mr. Conrad Hilton and the Hiltons now. I looked at the grandchildren of Mr. Walton at Walmart, Miss Sears Roebucks, whom I met, and others, and I said, I need to create something that will last longer than me, and that my children can not only benefit from, but be proud to be associated. To say, my dad, my grandpa, my great grandpa, this is what he did, and we're still benefiting today and able to help people, and able to be proud and to say, this is where we came from. Because I believe in life, whether personal or also in business, we have to survive and we all have a lifestyle that we want to maintain. But even if you're not a parent yet, you should be interested in building a legacy.
I
And
agree.
so, that's been my focus. And it really gave me a different perspective. And it caused me to be accountable differently than with any other business I had, because the businesses I started before the Armed Forces Chamber of Commerce, it was just me. That I was, me, my pride, my ego, my name. But when I establish something specifically for legacy, and it now becomes about my children and my unborn grandchildren and great grandchildren, it's a different level of responsibility.
Absolutely. And that's such a beautiful mission for you, because I know, obviously, one of the biggest groups of necessities and needs is our veterans, right? The people that go and fight for the lifestyle that we're allowed to have here in the United States. So obviously we thank all of those members for their service. And what best to do a chamber that is pretty much going to focus on giving back to that community and helping that community. I congratulate you for that legacy.
Thank you very much. Although I'm the founder, there's been other people who have stood alongside me and helped me. One of them being the Chief of Staff, Destiny Beavers, and our senior officers and our boards. I can't take the credit. It's been a group effort, and a lot of veterans also coming to the table saying, this is what we need, this is how we need it, this is why we need it, this is when we need it. I believe any business, in order for it to be successful, regardless of who founded or launched a business, you have to listen to the customer or the client, and you definitely have to listen to the people on your team. And within 1 or 2 years, there should be a diverse array of ideas and concepts that have been incorporated in the business that have been lended by other people. The business should not just look or sound like the owner or the person who started it. After a while, if you're doing it correctly and you're listening and taking good advice, and you attribute that, then the
Right.
business should look different.
Awesome. Now, I know that you have an extreme background, right, of multiple businesses, and you're a pretty savvy businessman. What
Thank
has
you.
been the most fulfilling, I would say, endeavor you've been involved in?
You know what? I honestly, so far, I would say the Armed Forces Chamber, because I've been involved with the Veterans Treatment Court for several years, and it's a specialty program for veterans who get in trouble, and they're able to participate in a program, they have to be sober. And when they complete the program, the charges are dropped and the records are sealed, and they're able to go back into society and make a life for themselves. So to be able to have an organization that helps veterans create a business or maintain a business, because for some of them it's hard to get a job or keep a job, but we put them in a driver's seat where they're in control. That's the best thing, because I'm able to not only look at the veteran, but I can look at their family, I can look at their friends, and I can see all the people that are benefiting indirectly from the veteran, having that peace of mind, that confidence, that strength, or having the money to meet their basic needs. I would say in second place is probably since 2011, 2010, I've been running political campaigns for offices, legislator, sheriff, different offices like that. So it's great to be part of that and to help put and keep the best people in office, according to the voters, and then to see them do great things that benefit and help the community. And it's nice to be able to sit back and to say, wow, I was part of that, or I was able to lend something to make that happen to now benefit the entire state of Nevada or Clark County.
Okay, so you're based out of Nevada right now.
Yes.
So if somebody listening to you today wants to be a part of this, your mission, right, of growing this Armed Forces Chamber, whether it is as a volunteer or as a donation or anything like that, how do they contact you, Andre?
The best way is to go online to the website, armedforceschamber.com, and there it's going to have all the information. You can send an email, you can call a phone number. We even have it where you can talk to someone live on the website, and a person can express how they want to be affiliated. If they want to join and become a member, if they want to volunteer, if they want to donate, if they want to make an in-kind contribution, if they just have some ideas they want to share that they think can help improve the chamber, make it better, they're able to do that. And again, it's armedforceschamber.com.
Perfect. I'm going to try to put it on the comments so people can see it. Armed
Forces Chamber.com.
Oops. Armed Forces Chamber.com. All right.
Yes.
Now, I know that you guys have some events. We spoke about like the Halloween, right? Like from last year. And obviously we already know that this year things are a lot different. We're kind of like at a stall, so it's okay. But what are we looking at, let's say next year? Tell me that story where it was like the cars and then you started. Tell us that story.
Right. So some of the community things we've been doing that are going to resume soon. One is called Honoring Veterans on Military Birthdays. So you have military branches, and what we do is on every birthday of a particular military branch, we find a veteran from the chamber who served in that branch. And we basically give them a real cool gift to say thank you for your service, and also to honor all other veterans who served in that branch. So for example, last year, we gave away furniture to deserving veterans. Some of them picked out bedroom sets, some of them picked out living room sets, but we gave that to them totally for free at no cost, in partnership with Sleepwell Vegas. Right now, we're talking with Resorts World and a few other hotel properties. We're going to be giving staycations where a veteran can get a hotel room. They can get tickets for entertainment shows. They can get food and different things like that. So just, being creative and working with some of the chamber members who say, hey, we want to recognize and honor veterans for their service. And we're trying to give them some very cool things.
Oh my goodness, that is so exciting. That is so much fun. So again, guys, if you know a veteran that deserves some of this stuff, refer him to Andre. These are the things we can leave as a legacy. You don't necessarily need money, right? But you can just be a connector. You could just be a person that passes this information through. Now, if you are a person, because I know I have a lot of you that follow me that are very wealthy and that are blessed in this world, and either have worked your butts off to have what you have, or you were inherited, a lot of money. You all know who you are, you Dubai people that follow me. Make sure that you guys contribute to this. This is such an amazing thing. Hey, I'll contribute. I'll go on a date with one of your veterans. How's that? That's my contribution. But you pay for dinner, okay? And then
we can definitely take care of the dinner, the drinks, and the dessert. And one of the good things is the Armed Forces Chamber's nonprofit arm. It is a registered 501c3. So if someone does say, Andre, we want to donate $5,000, or we want to donate a car that you could give to a veteran, we are able to give them a tax donation letter for the benefit of their tax deductions. And we always give a certificate. Wow. We recognize them on the website, our social media pages, and our email newsletter. One of the things we're working on now, and we're looking for donors, is we want to next year start giving out scholarships to cadets that are enrolled in JROTC. So if a person goes to high school and they're a senior, they're going to graduate in 6 months, they're a member of the JROTC, they say, hey, I want to go serve in the military, active duty, or I want to be a guard. We want to give them a scholarship for their college, for their stuff, because there's not a lot for them. So even before, so as they're on their way, to serve this country, we want to say, thank you for the commitment that you plan to make. Thank you for the commitment you've already made in high school. Here's a monetary gift to support you and to tell you thank you in advance.
That is amazing. I am so blessed to have come across you.
Likewise.
I'm so honored for that. And, I always count my blessings, because the Lord has a way of introducing me to the right people in my life. But I do have some friends that own some private jets. So how about give some special people a free ride on a private jet?
That'd be great.
Introduce them to those type of things. So I'm calling upon you guys to have those private jets. All right. You have it, make use of it. Give us a great day of experience, and you'll get a tax write-off.
Right. And I could make a call to some of my friends who are celebrities and pro athletes and have them join, and, call up some guys from the NBA, the NFL, come hang out with the veteran, come hang out with yourself, come meet everybody. We can make it a nice, fun time.
Oh my goodness. All right. So I'm in it, but you got to count me in. Okay. I'm going on.
You're in.
I'm
You're
going on a date with somebody. So, all right. Well, you know what? Unfortunately, they're telling me that I have to cut it. But it's a pleasure. I want to have you back, because we have a lot more to talk about. But I want to tell everybody. So he is also just started the San Diego Armed Forces Chamber, which I'll be contributing a little bit on that one.
Yes, you're one of the squad leaders.
Thank you. So this is what we're going to do. We want to bring this to San Diego as well. As soon as I heard that, I was like, I'm all pro this, but I don't want to be going to, Las Vegas all the time. So I'm all for it. But talk to him if you have. One of our viewers says, you just want a date. Jezebel, shh, don't tell my secrets, okay? I'm giving back to the community. That is part of my give back.
No, and you know what it is, because some veterans, they live in isolation and they need social contact. They need friends. They need someone to talk to, someone to listen. So, it's appropriate. It's needed.
Well, guess what, Andre? I have a lot of single lady friends and single guy friends too. So if there's a female veteran as well, they need. But how about, okay, I'm going to challenge everybody. How about we get 10 single dates? Can you? I'll hook it up with the people. I'll hook it up. See, you did not know you were coming to my show.
Cell phone is going off right now.
That's it. Hey, I'll get my friends. I have beautiful female friends. I have beautiful or handsome female male friend that will go out on a date with all these veterans. So
We'll
we
put
hook
them
it
on
up.
the jet.
And you bring us a celebrity. What celebrity you think you could bring us?
You know what? One of the people that comes to mind, a good friend of mine and mentor, Eric Grayson, played for the Miami Heat.
Okay.
Eric, got some friends here from the NFL. I'll make a call to, and even some rappers. I'm not in a name dropping, but be some good, be some people that that people
Okay.
have heard of, that they know.
We're just dropping a name just so you know that Andre is the guy, right? So this is what we're gonna do. I get the single people, you get the celebrities, and we'll get one of our wealthy friends to
I
hook
like
it
it.
up either on a private
Ooh, and
jet.
we could, yeah, and we could do a mixer on a Learjet.
Yeah.
All of the mixer shindigs we did previously, they've been in restaurants, shooting ranges, offices, but we've never done one in a jet. So it could be a private VIP exclusive mixer aboard a jet. I like it.
There
See,
you
you're a
go.
genius. You're a genius.
Hey, we'll do this. Just so you know, one of my future endeavors is hooking up people. I have a gift for
Okay,
that. So,
very
so
cool.
let's do that for our veterans. I will be honored to do that. We'll have a lot of fun on the way. Because
Yes,
remember, it's not all about business. It's about enjoying the journey of your
right.
business. So,
That's correct.
and that's part of building a legacy. You should always have a big dream, a big vision, a big work ethic, but also a lot of fun. So that way
Yes.
you can enjoy your own journey. Well, thank you.
Thank you
Oh,
so
there it
much.
is. I'm taken, but I'll go on a social date. How about your Jessica? How about your boyfriend goes with a female veteran and you go with a male veteran? And then she's
Oh
one of
my
my
gosh.
beautiful friends. So see, we already have a taker. This is going to
Oh
be
my
a
God.
success. For all the networks out there, don't try to take my idea. If you do,
Yep.
I'll sue you. So make sure that you call me and we can collaborate to produce this
Oh my
show.
gosh. Oh, that
But
is too funny. Well, I
there,
appreciate you, and I look forward to coming back on the show. I'll be logged onto my PC, so we have lots of time to talk. And I'll be back in San Diego soon, and I'll
all
get to
right,
see you in person.
that's awesome. Well, send my love to Destiny, and I'll see you when you come to San Diego. And then Celestia will send you the new date so you can be here and be with me throughout the
Oh
whole
my
show.
gosh.
And now you know we're all business, we're all value,
You
but
gotta
we're
have
a
fun
lot
too.
of fun. We're a lot of fun. All right. Thank you for joining us,
Thank you.
everybody.
Have a great day.
Have an amazing, thank you. Have an
You
amazing
too.
rest of the week, okay?
Okay.
All right.